Hello, guys. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. Now, as usual on the program, we're going to be looking at the financial markets, cryptocurrency, forex market, trying to determine what the market has been doing, what the market is doing, and where it is likely to go from here. Okay, so without
So,
taking much, let's jump into the market. Good morning. So we'll start from the cryptocurrency market. As I shared in the group, Bitcoin has been acting, well, it's been consolidating for the better part of a couple of weeks now, and it still doesn't look like it's going to change that pattern yet. Okay, so if you look closely, you see we've been jumping from one range to another, and ultimately we've been trading in between $9,000 and 31. Breakout a couple of times there, but we're still within this range. So personally, I don't think we're going to be seeing above $2,000 itself, right? So if you look closely, you see, but since late June, so for the past 2 weeks plus, so for the last 2 weeks plus, we've been ranging between this $2,000 range for BTC, and it's actually quite unusual because BTC doesn't really like to stay in a range like that, especially around a support or resistance range. Now we've been consolidating in this, which is actually the more concerning part. We've been consolidating at this 30 to 32K dollar resistance for the better part of 2 weeks, right? If you look at how the market reacted there's in the past, you see, we really don't consolidate in this range. We um, hit it, reverse quick, and move on. But this time around, we're doing something different. Look at the past. You see, anytime we hit this zone, we really just reverse quickly. The only time we really consolidated in this range was when we broke it in May last year. So this consolidation lasted for what, almost a month, and then we broke below that level. Now, it stands to reason that you might want to consider that being the case here, but I don't really see BTC being bullish, that level of bullish in the short run, especially since I've already marked out one bearish divergence already, and with the way the market is going, it's not so far-fetched that it would still continue, and it really hasn't played out anyway. So we could still see further downtrends. Um, our, our trending validation point would be $35,000. I think I mentioned we could see a possible fake out of this range with still a bearish continuation to go. So ultimately, I'm more bearish on the cryptocurrency market, but Bitcoin's consolidation actually provides a lot of opportunities. Um, provides a lot of opportunities for alternate coins, right? So that's where our focus needs to be rather than the fact that Bitcoin is consolidating. So send me your alternate coin pairs. Let's take a look at them. The ones that have not pumped, right? Share them. Let's take a look at them, see how the market is playing out there and what opportunities we could still have to milk those markets. Okay. We noticed alternate coins have been doing really well. Some have been jumping as far as 30%, 40%, 20% in a stretch. So we could still have some mild opportunities to rake in some of that profit before the season is over. This one has already moved. If only we caught this early at $4, it would be about 5% profit in already. I think we're still going to continue all the way to 4.38, if not higher. So we could potentially see a 10% move, a minimum 10% move for ICP. So let's start there. But I don't think I'll be buying here unless maybe we have a breakout retest of this minus zone. In that case, I could take a short-term trade or place my stop loss somewhere here and my TP up there. So provided we see a situation where the market breaks out and we test this, then we could take this trade. If not, I think the best place to have entered would have been down here. Solana is looking to break out of a resistance. I think buying the breakout of that resistance would be the best possible option uh, in this situation. Obviously, over the last couple of weeks, we've not really had any unusual momentum coming to the buy side, but we've seen the market struggle to go down, so it's kept up with that bullish uptrend. But with what we have here now, we don't have a breakout and retest yet, so I think it's better we wait for the breakout, retest, and then we take a buy position. Entering a trade at a resistance is a completely terrible idea. I think I've mentioned this a little too many times. So it's better for this market to flip this into a support um, than to buy here. You think buying at the current price is 22.12. Buying at 22.12 when the market is at a resistance and buying at 22.12 when market has flipped it into a support is not the same thing. The market sentiments are different, the market approach, likelihood of a certain trend playing out, all of that are completely different. So despite buying at the same price, simply the market flipping this into a support gives you a much better chance of the market actually playing out your trend. I think I mentioned before that it's a situation of odds and the likelihood of your trend playing out that makes the trade. It's not just the market looks like it's going to do this and you take it. No, so we have to play the odds as well. So if the market does flip this zone for Solana, I think taking a buy would suffice. So we'll wait for that breakout and retest. It's absolutely necessary. And where's the next resistance? Okay, so we have a Nifty 1:2 there. If it actually pushes like all the other alternate coins, it could potentially do a lot more than what I am projecting. But then remember, a lot of these top alternate coins really don't move like the smaller coins. Okay, so they move more sluggishly. The bulk of what I have on my list are top alternate coins, so their price movement isn't going to be like um, all the other smaller low cap alternate coins. So if you have any low cap coins you want me to look at, send them now so I can take a look at them and tell you what I think and how I perceive their price action to one player. Okay, so AVAX fake out there, push back down, retest. I think we're still going to see a bearish continuation at least to this point. So I think this would be our first point of entry. I actually do seem like this market is still going to break that resistance too. Let's take a higher time frame for confirmation. Okay, yeah, we do have some room to grow. So yes, if I was taking this trade, this would be my first TP. So I push my TP all the way up here. Aim to enter here. I think we have a channel potentially being formed. Okay. All right. So based off of this channel, we really wouldn't be far-fetched to expect this market to retest this support zone. And then obviously the next move would be all the way up here. So this supports my earlier theory with support and resistance. So you can actually take this buy if the market retests this level. We have a tight stop there, and the risk to reward ratio is actually really good, almost 1:5. So I had the opportunity to trade to catch 1:8 trade. um, Damn, that was sweet. 1:8 point something. Like that's mm, that was sweet. Rising. Okay. This looks to still be around our support. Ah, this is perfect. This is perfect. I think I just found another good trade. Is it is I asked you guys to recommend pairs for us to look at. I can't possibly see the entire market on my own, but with your recommendation, we could check, see what the market is doing on other pairs that I'm not aware of. We take these opportunities together. Yes. Okay, so this is actually a very nifty breakout retest situation, and now we've consolidated a little bit, and looks like we have a little bullish momentum coming in. RSI supports that. Likewise on the daily time frame. So taking a buy here, even if our buy is only to this resistance, we already met our 1:2 goal. But seeing as this market has rejected twice from this resistance, it wouldn't be too much of a hassle to also maybe have a second TP up there. So either 17.5 or 35.7%. So either way, we have 1:2 or 1:4, depending on how patient you are and what the market eventually does. So mark this. Let me add this to my watch list. Lina USDT. This looks weird. I'm getting a descending channel vibe from this. I don't like it. Getting a descending channel vibe from this. If that is the case, we may be falling below that support. Either way, I think if we're going to trade this, I think it's best to go with the option of the breakout, buying the breakout there. There's a minor resistance there that the market is going to use. Yeah. So I think buying the breakout of this zone and trading the rest would be best. Although if that's the case, our TP may be pushed all the way up here. So yeah, push our entry a little bit. I'm not too sure about this one. I don't like where the stop loss is, but either ways, this is the best we can opt for on Lina. Yeah, this is the best we can opt for on Lina. So okay, so switching to the Forex market, I was taking a look at GBPCAD last night for a potential sell, and that sell is just about ripe. It's just about ripe. You look at my RSI, you see a very neat bearish divergence. Okay, see a very neat bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. So undoubtedly, we're going to see some type of sell on GBP. We're going to see some type of sell on GBP card. So even if it's back down here, as of last night, there was no confirmation on this yet, hence my arrows. I think this was during a class. All right, so our stop loss there, target here, we have one reached 2.89, so good enough. Let's take a look at our favorite forex pair, Euro USD. Okay, so this looks to be consolidating as a resistance as well and showing signs of decreased buy pressure. So potentially we are going to be seeing a sell on Euro USD as well. Well, a very good chance actually. Okay, you look at the 1 hour chart, you see that bearish divergence uh, boldly printed on there. It looks like we still have a short move coming in. Maybe let's see how the market reacts here first before we jump in. Maybe we might actually even get a better entry and see the market pull all the way up here. Today is Wednesday. Let's see what fundamentals we have coming up for the forex market. But before we do that, I think we have first to look at US oil. US oil. Meanwhile, I took a look at this pair. Okay, looks like we're at a very major resistance. We have been consolidating since May. So we range bound since May. Clearly, I think you put in a little extra effort to try to break this range, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So okay, so let's focus more on the short-term move. For now, we're still seeing some momentum coming to the market. Now, clearly, we know if the market breaks this range, we're going to see some really big spikes, right? So I think it's best to be careful around where the market is right now, especially since it's showing signs of some buy pressure coming in. So I think wait for the next two candles at least just to make sure before we decide what to do. Right now, I'm leaning more on the sell, but the thing is, we could see a strong fake out based off of what I'm seeing on the RSI here. So we could see a strong fake out, maybe a week, or it could even be a breakout, and then we'll start to consolidate above that zone. So before we jump in to take a sell and take an unnecessary loss, I think we should wait a little bit. But yo, the risk to reward ratio will be really sweet from here, but it's not worth it. Not worth it. So let's just wait a little bit. See, one ratio 6. So, but let's not jump into that. Let's wait and see um, how the market reacts on the next 2 4-hour candles. That should help tell us something more definitive about this pair. Okay, so checking our Forex calendar. Okay, so this gone. The high impact news are gone. 9 a.m. upcoming. I think this is what's pushing that momentum into the market. 1 p.m. as usual CPI. So obviously you know how to trade this. It happens every week. So I think I don't think we looked at any card pairs. Okay, GBPCAD, but I think that's more certain. So we can just hold those positions through all of this. I don't see anything disturbing beyond well CPI. Well, we know how to handle that already. So we're good to go on the fundamentals front. So guys, um, I think that's for today. I would share an update on the analysis when something definitive happens on the chart. I think only WTI, US oil, we are watching to see how it reacts before we take um, an entry. So I'll send that in the group later on in the day. So we've come to the end of this session. I trust we'll find some opportunities to make money. I think we saw some really nice pairs that we could latch onto. So good luck, happy trading, and see you guys next week.